Leanne Owens, reporting for HorseTalkTV. The magic of CAVALIA is set to capture the hearts of Australian audiences. This equestrian ballet covers the relationships between horses and humans throughout history. It weaves together equestrian arts, dance, music and acrobatics to form a visual spectacular. HorseTalkTV is here in Brisbane today covering the arrival of the horses to start their first performances in Australia, and we'll be going behind the scenes to talk to some of the people behind this spectacular event. After flying in from California and spending 3 weeks in quarantine, the horses arrive at the CAVALIA site in Brisbane, where the first Australian performances will be held. The horses, all stallions and geldings, are relaxed and calm and obviously used to travel. The riders and handlers, on the other hand, were quite excited to meet up with their equine friends again. The entire stable complex, from the enormous tent to protect them from the elements to the rubber flooring, have been brought in from overseas for the horses. They have large, comfortable stables, and the horses appear interested in what's going on around them, as well as their food. They always have the same neighbour, so they feel comfortable in a familiar environment, no matter what country they're performing in. The horses have daily routines which include grooming, massaging, workshops with their riders and outings where they can play, so they live pampered lives and remain in the right frame of mind for their performances. The horses are led into one of the smaller work areas so they can stretch their legs and get reacquainted with their handlers. There are quite a few quarter horses in CAVALIA, and their work includes much of the trick riding. The Baroque-style breeds, such as Andalusians, are ideal for dressage and for the beautiful fantasy scenes. Heavier breeds, such as the Percherons and Ardennais, are perfect for vaulting and acrobatics in the dreamlike scenes of CAVALIA. We spoke to some of the people behind CAVALIA to find out more about this event. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself and your horse?
Yeah, I'm actually a stunt rider, which is two different things in the show. I do Roman riding, which is standing on top of two horses, and then I do trick riding, which is acrobatics on horses, full speed across the stage.
What are some of the horse breeds used in CAVALIA?
We have 11 different breeds here at CAVALIA, so it's a really different size, shape, so lots of different horses here, so I'm sure if you like anything, you will definitely find something here that you love.
Can you tell us a bit more about the training of the horses for CAVALIA?
Yeah, well, it's a big understanding principle. You know, there's never bad horses, there's only bad riders, and that's what we say here at CAVALIA. So we don't ever share horses here at CAVALIA. We always work with the same ones just to develop that relationship and that bond. And for an actual style of training, everybody's very different. We come from very different areas of the world and different training. So everything's just a positive reinforcement, slow understanding method, but to actually say that we use a specific method, we don't.
Could you describe any modifications to the show for Australian audiences, or is it exactly the same as the overseas production?
On stage, you're not going to notice a difference from an operational standpoint, because coming to Australia is importing a show this size is quite an enormous undertaking, both from a quarantine perspective and from an operational perspective. But for the most part, from an audience perspective, the show will be identically what you saw the last time it was performed in the States.
While you're in Australia, will you be recruiting Australian horses and riders for the show?
Of course. It's a constant for us. We've actually had quite a few visits already with local ranches and breeders looking at horses, as well as some local talent, trick riders and staff in general.
So most of your riders are riders who do acrobatics, or are they acrobats who learnt to ride?
Yes. We have both professional riders who've learned a little bit of acrobatics or remain uniquely riders, and we've got some acrobats that have learned a lot about the equestrian business.
It's been great to meet the people and horses of CAVALIA. They've travelled across the world so that Australian audiences can experience the magic that is CAVALIA. Leanne Owens, HorseTalkTV.